Hey soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we are doing what to expect in your life in the next week, month and quarter. And to do this reading, these are the three piles for today's reading, and in each of the three decks you can clearly see the Queen of Wands. It's one way to pick the deck of your choice today. Another way is to use the crystals. If this is your preferred system, let me introduce your crystals to you. For pile number one, you have the beautiful Smokey quartz point. For pile number two, you have the beautiful Labradorite point. I hope it is picking up on camera. For pile number three, you have the Bloodstone point, and this is what your crystal looks like. So take a look at which one of these three piles you're the most drawn to, and this or these piles will probably be the piles for you here today. As I always encourage you, if you feel drawn to more than one pile, maybe even all of them today, trust your intuition. You'll definitely be getting messages that you're meant to hear about what to expect 1 week, 1 month, or 1 quarter from now. And once you're ready, please head down to the description box where you'll find your timestamps. Click on your times and I'll see you in your readings. If you, however, like to pick with zodiac signs, this next section is specifically for you. If you don't, please pause the video. Take as much time as you need. Once you're ready, I'll see you in your reading. All right, so for those of you who love picking with your zodiac signs, this section is specifically there for you. So let's now shuffle the 12 zodiac signs really well and see which ones are assigned to which decks today, or which piles, I mean. All right, so for pile number one, these will be the ones, these will be pile number two, and these will be pile number three. So let's see what we have. For pile number one, we have Libra, we have Sagittarius, we have Gemini, and we have Pisces. So that is pile number one. Pile number two, we have Capricorn and Leo. We also have Virgo, and we have Cancer. Right, for pile number three, we have Aquarius. We also have Aries, we have Taurus, and we have Scorpio. So these are the zodiac signs assigned to the three piles today. To answer some of your frequently asked questions, do I use Western or Vedic astrology? I do use Western, but please feel free to choose whatever system that you prefer. I know that some people only go by Vedic, some people only go by Western. This is really all up to you. I place the zodiac signs to make it easy for you, since this is your preferred way of picking your piles intuitively. Also, some people like to pick using the numbers in the timestamps. It's really all up to you. Sometimes you like picking by crystals, but today you were drawn to the timestamp. Sometimes you like picking by card, but today you saw your sign and that's your pile. It's all up to you. Your intuition, your signs will always show you the way. And my advice to you, don't think too much about it. Just go by what you first feel you're drawn to. If you want to go by zodiac signs today, then that will be it. Sometimes you guys ask me, should I go by sun, rising, or moon? Some of you even go by your north node, I've noticed. So it's really all up to you. If I were to advise you, I would say go with your rising because it is the sign that deals with your outer world. You will find that it will be the one that resonates with you the most. But I always say, how can you avoid not picking with your sun, right? So it's all up to you, using your rising, sun, or moon. Because moon, you know, has to do with our emotions, our intuition. You can definitely go by that as well. It's really all up to you. Just make a quick decision, like I'll go by sun, and go by it. And once you're ready, you'll find your timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times and I'll see you in your readings. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. Your deck is this deck. I think it's called Le Tarot de Marseille. Wait, it's both Wait and Marseille. And these are the decks that we will be using. We'll be dividing your reading into 3 parts. We'll be taking a look at what to expect in the next week, what to expect in the next month, and what to expect in the next quarter. So first things first, we'll be starting off with what to expect in your next week. And these are the oracle decks that came out for you. Let's put your tarot deck to the side and see what you have. So that's the significator. You have the 16th moon mansion with door. So next week, wow, really nice. So you have Uranus and Mercury in Libra. Okay. Really cool. You also have the Chiromancer. This reminds me, there is someone in the comment section that has my name that always asks you guys for your palm, and they tell you that you're the chosen one and they want to read your palm. This is not me, guys. This is a scammer. Never respond to them. Okay, so you have the Chiromancer with delivering news, collaboration. How cool is that? Let's see what this is all about. So what are the star signs here? We also, of course, have the 4 elements, and the 4 planets are Jupiter, Saturn, the Sun, and Mercury. We also have Venus and the Moon. And then the 4 signs are Gemini, Pisces, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. You don't have to be any of these signs. I just noticed them, so I thought I should let you know. Okay, so you have the moon in Virgo with order. Okay. You also have Venus in Leo with affair. And let's take a look at your tea leaves. So you have dog, protection from a powerful friend. Lion, time to act. Wow. And wedge, someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something you want. Okay, let's now pick up your tarot cards. And see what you have for the next week. That's our first part of the reading. So, something tells me this card is first. So this is the 8 of Pentacles. You have the Hierophant. You have the Ace of Swords. You have the 5 of Swords. So you got the Queen of Wands. It's supposed to be in your reading. You have the King of Swords. Right. Interesting. Look at that. 2 powerful archetypes and 3 powerful archetypes. And one of them is a major arcana. You have the 3 of Swords. And, whoa, another court card. You have the King of Cups. So, what's going on next week? So, first things first, next week, with the chiromancer, something that has been delivered to you as a message. Like maybe you've been getting it in your readings, or maybe you've been seeing signs lately. Maybe you've been looking at your astrological chart and you know something is coming up. In all cases, one way or the other, there has been communication to you from the universe about some news, something to expect, right? There is something that's been coming up to you lately as a message, letting you know that something is about to begin. And it looks with the Three of Swords that this is something that you may have been disappointed about in the past, something you thought you weren't going to get, because I see a little bit of a heartbreak. And the Three of Swords is a heartbreak where we're tearing at the strings of our own hearts, meaning that you may have been the one thinking that you weren't going to get it because it wasn't happening yet. And so next week, a door is about to open up. You're going to finally see what the universe has been consistently sending you. And you'll find with the order card that not only things are starting to come in place and start happening, but order here also tells me that you will start looking back and going, oh, so it hasn't happened in that time before, because now that I see the situation clearly, it would have been annoying or difficult to go through, or maybe for one reason or the other, maybe you weren't ready to go through it, one thing or the other. And as you take a look next week as something powerful, look, time to act. This is the time that it's going to happen. Something powerful is about to begin. You will see the whole picture clearly and go, oh, so that is why it wasn't happening with affair. It's kind of like the universe wasn't lying to you, or these signs weren't a lie, that it was always reserved and protected for you for the right time. And now next week, something's about to begin for you. So you'll start maybe getting your first communication of something, or you'll start getting the news about something, or maybe you will see an opportunity to act on something finally. But with the Eight of Pentacles, it's like you've been working actually hard towards it, either directly or indirectly. And because of that hard work, you've mastered something and you've built a lot of power with the Queen of Wands. You can see it here all over your reading in terms of power. We see powerful archetypes, and that's the first thing we noticed in your reading. So I initially thought these powerful archetypes were maybe people going to be dealing with you, and it could be. But really, what it's making me understand now is that you are ready in so many ways. You're ready emotionally, you're balanced emotionally, you're ready mentally for it. You're ready in terms of your power, your Shakti. You're ready in terms of your energy for it. And you are ready you're equipped with the information and the knowledge and the know-how to deal with the situation in a much better way than you would have in the past. It's really, the reading is talking about you being ready. Why? Because the energy that you are about to enter into is an energy where you are going to win over it, or it winning over you. And this reminds me of something important. It's like very strong energy, especially with the Queen of Wands and all these court cards and powerful energies. You had to be powerful to handle powerful energy like that. Like, imagine this. You know these weights that we find in the gym when we want to exercise? For one person, they can be holding this heavy one and then going whoop, falling onto the floor, straining their muscles because they couldn't hold it. For another person, that same energy or that same weight is a piece of cake, and they could even have conversations with it, talk with it, although that's not right. But I'm just using that analogy to let you know that it's really all about being able to handle a certain energy. It does look like a blessing because it's something you've been promised with the universe, and it's hasn't happened for so long that you have felt that this was like maybe the universe was disappointing you or something. With the door and the Ace of Swords, I don't feel like you're gonna get all of it next week, but I do get the idea, especially with order. This is all giving me the idea that you're gonna start seeing how it's going to happen, seeing the beginning of it, maybe taking the first step out of the door. Although, to be honest with you, I don't see steps being taken yet, but it is a general reading. But with the door being opened, you're gonna go, so something may happen there. Or, oh, I can start seeing how this is gonna work. Or, whoa, something opened up that I've been waiting for. And it is, in fact, going to be the door that you're going to take. Whether that exact thing or something happening a little bit later. But one thing I know for sure is that you're going to be enlightened fully with how this is going to start happening. You're going to get a lot of information. You're going to see way beyond the veil. You're going to have something begin one way or the other. And now that you're enlightened with it, with the full information, now that you can see beyond your, the realm of what you already knew, looking at it outside, you're going to go, whoa, that is powerful energy. That is a huge blessing, but it is powerful, no question. And not being ready could have absolutely come between me and that wish. And it's like the universe, we use this at the door, right? It's not like the door was shut down on you. It's like that wedge was there to keep the door not closed, but not open either, until you were ready to take it out and look beyond the door and open the door and see beyond it. So that's why I tell you there's the impression of it was always protected from you. These signs weren't a lie. And something next week is going to make you so happy. And once, I wanted to finish that part. And once you look outside and see the full details of it, you're going to say, oh, thank goodness I am getting this opportunity now, because I am now ready in so many ways to handle this. Whereas before it could have been absolutely intimidating for me, or maybe I wasn't ready for it, or maybe it wasn't right. Now that you've taken a good look at it, you're ready. Maybe it wasn't ready either. Now it's fully ready as well. And you're going to be stepping next week into something really, really cool. I don't want to say stepping. I want to be careful with my words. I want to say something is going to open up for you next week. Very powerful. It's going to speak to your heart. You're probably going to be jumping up and down. At least your inner child is. And you're going to see the light. With that, you're going to understand how your wish is going to happen, and that you've already started manifesting this wish for yourself. So that is what I see for you happening in the next week. I'm going to clear your table and let's check what to expect in the next month. All right, so let's take a look at what to expect in the next month. Okay, this one also slid off, so let's take it. All right, and now let's pick up your tea leaves. We'll do this. So we've got 2, right? All right, so let's see what you have for next month. I think this will be your significator. So you have the 9th moon mansion with Venus and Neptune in Cancer with Pitcher. Okay. You also have the aspirant, ambition, diligence, and setbacks. Okay. You have Mercury in Capricorn with organization. And you have the last quarter waning Earth moon with principles. Okay. And your tea leaves are broom, new home, new attitude. Some of you It's just like a quick thing to say. Some of you may be getting a new home. Very specific, but it's there and I saw it, so just wanted to tell you. If you're like trying to buy a new home or something, trying to move, it looks like it will happen for you. You also have a wheel, indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. Okay. Let's pull out your tarot cards for the next month and see what you have. Okay. So you have the Devil. You have the Judgment card. Just being careful. Okay. You have, wow, the Nine of Pentacles. The Four of Swords. All right, so you have the Knight of Wands. Some speed here. Something is going quickly. You have the Two of Cups. Oi. You have the Ace of Swords. And you have the Two of Pentacles. Look, something next month, there is a certain area of your life that was very stagnant. It could be your love life. It could be... love is the example that I'm seeing here. Maybe you wanting to buy a new home, it was stagnant, you were looking for years, or maybe you were looking for the right place to rent, or your business. Maybe you're getting an offer in business. And with the Aspirant, I really feel like you've been praying for something, asking the universe for something, aspiring for something. I feel it was praying because you have also the keys of the Hierophant. It makes me feel, get the idea of doing a spiritual ritual, like praying, to get something. So the wheat reminds me of course, the Demeter, when she distributed the wheat, because she was happy that Persephone came back. So here I feel like something is coming from the underground, like something is popping into your life out of nowhere, all of a sudden. Again, Ace of Swords. So in both readings, next week and next month, both have an element of something new happening. So next week there's definitely something new, but also expect that next month, maybe even towards the end of October, if you're watching this now, towards the end of October and the beginning of November. Again, it's a timeless reading, but if you're watching this now, these are the dates. Expect something that was missing in your life to start moving very quickly for you. Again, the Devil in this case does not speak to me in a way, in the usual way that the Devil card would speak to me. There are positive aspects, of course, about the Devil card, but in my point of view, the Devil card seems to be signifying the underworld, meaning something coming out of nowhere, popping up, tickling your desires, tickling that part of you, reviving that part of you that had died for a long time, like that lost maybe hope, that wasn't moving. I see revival of desire, revival of emotions, revival of wanting something one more time. Especially that it's in conjunction to the Knight of Wands. Again, we see the idea of desires. So something that you've been praying for that was very stagnant is now moving very quickly. You're starting to feel it. You're starting to get all excited about it. And again, you see with the Judgment here, something is reviving. Do you see that? And I do see you next month, towards the end of this month or beginning of next month, you're enjoying that feeling. You're enjoying that beginning. You can you even see it being confirmed here with the Nine of Pentacles. I see that all of a sudden you're living a world that you've always wanted, that you've enjoyed, and it's like part of your life now. And you know, if this thing is the same thing you've been praying for in the first part of your reading, then I would translate it as next week you're getting the information about something, you're starting to get informed how it's going to happen, and by next month you're going to start stepping into it. Finally, remember when in the first part I told you it doesn't look like you're stepping into it yet. Next month it definitely looks, if this is the same thing, like you're stepping into this new thing, and you're really enjoying it so much with the Devil card and the Knight of Wands. I mean, both cards talk about indulgence in something that we really love. So yeah, it's that joy of new beginning, it's that excitement of new beginning, and you're really immersing yourself in the fun and the beautiful emotions that come with it, because it's finally happening in your life. Now, having all of that said, I do see that with this new energy entering your life, I see you balancing some things together and needing to be organized, because I see you splitting between two worlds where you have to manage one thing that's important to you. Again, with the two pictures here, there are two things now in your life that you're, with the hands here, the gesture, you're getting two things. So one thing you already have that it's important to you and you're taking care of that. And with this second thing, this new thing arriving, that will also be stable in your life. Now I see you going, oh, wow. So I have two energies that I love, two hands. Yeah, definitely. I have two cups as well. You have two things that you love. What am I going to do with these two things? How am I going to organize my life to have these two energies in my life? And that's why you have principles. You're going to start rethinking everything, organizing everything, setting new rules in your life, setting new systems, new routines, new ways of doing things, rethinking a lot of things in your life next month. See, third eye. Yeah, you're going to start seeing matters in a broader perspective now that the second energy is in your life. And do note that this energy next month is moving very quickly. This is energy full of fun, full of emotions, full of passion with the wands. It's like energy immersing you in it. Rather, you getting immersed in it, it's like immersing you in it. It's like, you know, in a good way, how a flood works. It's like it's engulfing you, but in a good way. Like it's not bad energy, but it's definitely a bit chaotic, and that's why you need to organize things. It's moving quickly, it's engulfing you, you're feeling it, you're enjoying it, it's taking you in its arms, and you're like, okay, whoa, I need to like clear everything up, I need to organize my life, my home, my world, so that I'm capable of holding these two energies that are very important to me. And it's really interesting. With the Four of Swords, it's like your life was like, in that area at least, that you've been praying for. It's like stagnant, nothing's happening, nothing. And all of a sudden, wham! So much is going on, so much energy. And you can see it here. From nothing, coming out of the underworld, everything. So much movement, so much talking, so much going on. It's like you are in a neighborhood and you're all alone in this neighborhood, or maybe you're in a building and you're the one all alone in this building, and all of a sudden so many people rent out the building, and you're like, you wake up the next day and you're like, whoa, all these people in the building, they're getting out, they're coming in, they're opening the doors, they're saying hello, they're saying good morning. And there's like all these sorts of people, and there's so much movement going on. Out of nothing. So yeah, expect for sure next month an area in your life to be fully revived, and it's coming in like the tsunami, unexpected, happening all at once. And you're loving it, you're absolutely loving it. But yeah, I keep saying that part, but there's a lot of reorganization, cleaning up, clearing up, seeing what you can let go to invite this energy, what you need to adjust. Yeah, so much thinking going on here because it is something that you've prayed for and you absolutely love, and it's coming in a way that you will love. Speaking of tsunami, also tsunamis and all this water reminds me of emotions. You're gonna be really in your feels, you're gonna love it, and you're gonna be very excited about what it is you've been praying for next month. So this is what I see going on for you in the next month. Let me clear the table and start looking at what to expect in the next quarter. All right, so let's see what's going on for you, what to expect in the next quarter. All right, so these are the cards for the last quarter. Let's pick up also some tea leaves. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. And see what you have. I feel like this is your significator. So you have the 28th moon mansion ruled by the moon and Pluto between Pisces and Aries. It says sleeper. Very interesting. Okay. You have the dancer. Very intricate moves here. You can see the professionalism, you know? I feel like you're going to master something because the sleeper reminds me of the subconscious mind, and seeing the intricate, you can really tell through the movement of these hands that the professional is doing them. With how everything is moving, there is something that I'm picking up, like a professional dancer who's doing these moves without even having to think about it. So maybe you're perfecting something, you're becoming a professional at something, you're doing something maybe automatically. You even have here self-expression and strength. Let's find out. Too early to assess, but I did intuitively get this hit right off the bat, seeing these two cards together. You have the sun in Aquarius with idealism. Again, you're perfecting something. But let's wait and see, always. So you have woman, dealings or relationship with a woman. If we push this up a little bit, we'll have space for one more. Oh my, dark man, dealings or relationship with a man with dark complexion or hair. I feel like they're matching with the hair color. Woman and man, something is matching here. Let's see what that is. You have weeping willow, family sorrow. And you have jug, light-hearted, carefree time. Okay. So now let's pull out your tarot cards. This one as well. Look, they're separated. Let's actually take them this way. Whoa. Your cards are so ready. And also this one. Right, so these are the cards that I see. In all cases, don't worry, I've shuffled it so many times before we started this part. Whoa, these are a lot. Look at these. Wow, okay, we're trusting the process. In that case, we can put one card here. So you have the Lover's card. Oi, the Lover's card. Maybe some of you are going to get into a relationship, fall in love with someone. That's another thing that I'm seeing. Have some fun with someone. It doesn't have to be romantic. It could be finding the right person for something. That's definitely there. Okay. You have the King of Wands. You have the Ace of Pentacles. you have the Judgment card. I think this card appeared in the 3 parts of your reading. This is no coincidence. I feel like starting from next week up until the quarter, and maybe even beyond that, at least that's the area of time that we're reading in, there's an upward movement in your life in so many ways. Like, so many things are adjusting and being fixed and working out perhaps automatically. This is what these 2 cards could be saying. Things are moving automatically for you, happening just easily for you. You have the Moon card, the Ace of Wands. You have, of course, the Strength card. Wow. Pretty big deal by the next quarter. There's so much going on. You have the Wheel of Fortune. Hold on. Okay, Wheel of Fortune. Let's take this one. What's that? And the 4 of Cups. I keep getting a message for you of you feeling like you're not going to get something and it's popping out of nowhere for you. That keeps appearing in this phase of your life. You being showered by something unexpectedly. Something is pouring into your life. Beginning. Yeah, every pile you've had an ace. Here in this quarter you have 2 aces. So for a lot of you, remember in the second part of your reading in the month, I said if it's connected, then it's gonna happen this way. But for a lot of you, you're getting next week one thing and in a month one thing. And here, for a lot of you, this is confirming this direction. For a lot of you, by the end of this quarter, in the next 3 months, you will see that you will have 2 new things in your life in such an unexpected way, especially that it's in conjunction to the moon. We keep getting the idea that you're going to be very fortunate to get unexpected things that you have been, of course, the part with you've been praying for, I've already seen before. It may not be something you've prayed for here, but in all cases, it's popping out of nowhere. Maybe the subconscious mind shows that, just like the moon, which is a subconscious mind card as well, also they're representing out of nowhere. Things are just magically moving and happening for you. Okay, how many cards are left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's keep them here for now and start taking a closer look at your cards. So 3 months from now, I feel like you're feeling very fortunate. There are many new beginnings in your life, and you're feeling that you are in a very powerful place after a period of sorrow, it seems. It does look like you're going to be feeling fortunate about the times you've cried or the times where you felt sorrow, because it has given you a lot of flexibility that you will start using. It's going to be your power, your wand, your magical power that's going to help you move along in the next quarter and navigate these new beginnings. Because as amazing as these new beginnings are going to be, and as well as the blessings that you're going to feel it's showering you with in so many ways, and how it's raised your standard of living or raised the way you live life, raised your emotions, raised your vibration, as much as you will realize that it is that time of sorrow that gave you this power to be able to navigate maybe the challenges that come with this. I don't want to say challenges, but maneuvering this energy. The energy is powerful, and you're able to automatically fit in it, automatically move and do the right things in it, and move it in the way that you like. You're the leader here. You're not reactive, you're proactive. It's exactly like wishing for a certain position, for example, in your company all of your life, or wishing to be something, working in something, but had you had it before, you weren't going to be able to handle it. And now that you're in the position and because of the experiences and the sadness and maybe the embarrassing things you've been through and the difficulties you've been through, you now fully understand it. And it's like you got a grip on it. You know how to move it automatically. You know how to work on it. And I feel like the 3 parts of your reading are absolutely homogeneous. Whether it's one thing, 2 things, or several things, I feel like the first part of your reading was starting to show you how your life is about to change in many ways. The second part of your reading, which is a month from now, is showing you how you're receiving these things and how you're handling this life. And we see a continuation. It's not like 3 months from now, these new things are still there. You're still enjoying it. You're learning how to handle it with more strength now. 3 months from now, you feel like you're enjoying it to the fullest. Some of you, 3 months from now, it's very specific, are going to be in a new committed relationship. If you are not in a relationship, if you are already in a relationship, then it talks about you re-falling in love with each other, speaking to each other in a much more romantic, emotional way with a jug. It reminds me of the element of water. It reminds me of the Ace of Cups, but it's a jug. So it's like more emotions, more love. Your love is growing. It's much deeper. Yeah, so that's definitely going on here. I see a lot of excitement going on. And I also still stand by the first thing that I noticed here, which is you getting the grip and the hang of something. Yes, we've established that you're getting the grip of it because it's something that you have learned from the past, but also with the strength card and this part, I feel like now that it's been 3 months, you're now even more in control. You understand it better, and it's just lenient with you. This energy is lenient with you. You're able to move it so easily in the direction that you want. You're shape shifting the situation to the desired outcome that you want. And you're really feeling fortunate, my dear pile number 1, in 3 months. There's no question about that. You feel like you've dropped the things that you don't like out of your life, and the things that you want are now rising. And you're feeling like the energy of your life has changed, because the Wheel of Fortune has to do with the cycles of life. You feel like you're on the top. You feel like life has become strong. You feel like you're happy where you are. You feel like life is smiling at you, and you are in the positive part of your life, that where you're staying there and it keeps growing and moving upwards from here. In fact, with idealism, I feel like the heavens will be pouring so much prosperity and blessings into your life, where you're gonna stop and think, wow, I feel like I'm living my ideal life that I've imagined, that I've always wanted. Such beautiful energy to be in, because between Pisces and Aries, I see 2 things. Your manifestation powers with Pisces, as well as experiencing things in the 3D and fully enjoying them with the Aries. And this is definitely very present in your reading. And I'm so happy, because with the Scorpion here, it always shows that it's small, it's coming from behind, no one can see it. Maybe something is about to arise in your life, but really here I feel it's big. So it's not representing something that you can't see. Everyone can see it. It's not coming to bite someone behind their back. Everyone's alert of it. So I'm getting the idea with the Scorpion being presented this way, that the things that you were worried about happening in your life that weren't good are not going to happen. You're not going to be seeing that in your life. You're really feeling on top of the world 3 months from now. And not only that, it's going to be so good, especially the way you're able to handle things. You're really at this time going to be thinking back and saying, I'm grateful for these sad times, because they gave me that strength and flexibility that I have today. And one of the most prominent things in your reading, other than the story and the fact that there are new beginnings in this phase of your life, is the fact that you may have given up on it, on these blessings that are coming. You may have thought, may not happen to me. I might not receive this And it is that phase of your life, my dear pile number one, where you're going to be surprised that it just shows up. It's there for you. It's a beautiful gift from the universe. You see, it somehow looks like the Ace of Cups. It's just an outline of a new beginning that is passionate, that is real, and one that you're gonna love. Coming in full force, created out of nothing, from nowhere, with the Ace of Wands. Okay, so I believe that these 5 cards are your cards of guidance in the next phase of your life. They did pop up for a reason. We can clearly understand and see what's going on. So let's see, what is your guidance in this next phase of your life? You have the Knight of Wands. Wow, they have the World card. It's so sweet. It is the card of completion, a card of something coming full circle finally. Yeah, I get the idea that you're getting really everything that you want. This pile is really so amazing. And look at that lion and lion. Some powerful energy really is going to be present there. This is not a small deal. You have the Knight of Pentacles, 2 knights. And you know what that means? You're going to be offered 2 things. And there's no question about that. You know why? Because you have the Ace of Wands and you have the Knight of Wands. Emphasizing the idea that you're going to be offered something. You have the Ace of Pentacles and you have the Knight of Pentacles. Again, showing that you are being offered something. Maybe one of them is more of something that you are passionate about, and the other could be something that you would like to have in your life or manifest in your life. Or, have. You have, whoa, look at that. You have the Queen of Cups, and it's aligning. Isn't it crazy? The wands with the wands, the pentacles with the pentacles, the cups with the cups. Here, it's not a knight, it's a queen, showing that you will be experiencing the magic of having it shown up in your life. So first, before we're getting your guidance, we're getting a complete message of don't worry, what you want is coming into full fruition in this phase of your life, and you'll be offered 2 things popping up into your life in a magical way. You will be experiencing magic. And finally, you have the Justice card. This is your karma, the good one. This is your karma. This is what you deserve. This is what is fated to happen for you. So you don't need to fret. It is your time. The scales, this is your time to get these things. It is your karma. You deserve it. You're getting it. You don't even need to worry about it or think about it. It will be popping up magically. Just like sometimes things that we don't like that happen out of the blue. Also, great things happen out of the blue when they're meant to happen. So your guidance, now that we've taken a look at the important message that keeps popping up, as you can see, for you. Now let's take a look at your guidance. Your guidance is, so I'm seeing a new chapter. With this new chapter, expect that although the energy is coming very quickly for you, you're being guided to handle it slowly. So although, remember when we said like the tsunami, so although it's coming in and so many things are happening, you handling too many things and you're like, whoa, so many blessings, I love it, you're experiencing it, it requires many changes in your life, it requires a lot of flexibility, which you will have the power for sure. Look at all these ones. You will have the power to maneuver through. Your guidance is to do it slowly. Really, slowly is magic here for you. Taking things slowly will allow things to work out gracefully for you. It will allow you to be balanced and do things in the right, just, and correct way for you and for everyone. So don't match that energy and start being chaotic too. You want to balance it. It's moving fast, you want to take it slow. And it doesn't mean like you if you want to meet someone at 1 p.m. and everything is like, go, 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 give me this plan at 1 p.m. Yes, of course, you want to be quickly. You want to do it quickly, but you want to do it calmly. Think about it. You want to move quickly, but calmly, and allow your energy to be slow. That is your biggest guidance. Slow will give you grace and will give you the balance to handle that strong energy that is coming in. And my dear pile number 1, this is your guidance on what to do in this next phase of your life. I wish you the best of luck. It looks fantastic. I truly hope you enjoyed this period of your life. I'm sure you will. What am I to say? You're going to feel on top of the world. I wish you the best of luck from my heart. May you always be happy, blessed. Remember, the past is in the past. It gave you the power that you have today. This was your reading, my dear pile number 1. I truly hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And you know, I do post readings nearly every single day, and it would be my honor to have you as part of this beautiful community. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. Your crystal for this reading is the Labradorite point, and this is the deck for your reading as well. And we're taking a look at what to expect in the next week, in the next month, and in the next quarter. We'll be separating this reading into 3 parts. You don't have to worry about that. You know, I'm gonna move one after the other automatically. Just sit back and relax and enjoy your reading. Okay, so let's get straight into it. And pick a card. I think this would be your significator card. You have the 26th moon mansion with prisoner, ruled by Venus and Neptune between Aquarius and Pisces. Okay, let's keep it there. So first part of your reading, we're taking a look, of course, at what to expect in the next week. Okay, you also have the warrior. Wow, perfectionism, burned out. Okay, you have Saturn in Virgo with isolation. I mean, prisoner and isolation are starting to form a pattern here. And you have Saturn in Leo with generosity. Lovely. Okay, let's take a look at your tea leaves before we begin. You have dogs getting together with friends. That's really opposite to prisoner here. Okay, you have ear, good news. Love that for you. You have eagle, triumph over troubles and obstacles. Lovely. And you have egg, success assured with good plans and hard work. Wow, love, love, love your reading. Right, so let's pick up, looks like that's in, the 10 of Wands is the first card. Let's take a look at your tarot cards. This is, by the way, I mentioned in the first pile, their tarot deck. This one, I think it's called Color Your Tarot, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember, forgive me, but I always list the tarot decks that I use down in the description box for you in any reading. Okay, so let's take a look at your cards. So you have the 10 of Wands, obviously with the Saturn energy all over your reading, the prison, the isolation. You kind of feel, and burnout here, you kind of feel a bit stuck in something you're doing. As 10 of Wands shows that it's the end of this tough cycle. That's the 10 of Wands. So with this, there's something in your life that's keeping you stuck, that's keeping you feeling like you have to do something maybe that you don't want to do. And you really don't know what to do about it. And it looks like you're going to be hearing some great news that'll help you overcome this difficulty. It might not start being applied next week, or it could. I could be wrong. We still didn't look at your cards. But I feel like at least you're going to start hearing good news to help you overcome that will give you hope, that will give you excitement about letting you know that this cycle is ending. It's not going to be that difficult any longer. And it's coming with such generous energy. So is it going to be applied next week or not? We'll find out together. I like to wait, but sometimes I can't help myself. I just see something so clearly. You have the Three of Wands. I'm usually way more disciplined than that and waiting, but sometimes I can't. I want to tell you about it. You have the Moon card, the Four of Cups, the Two of Wands, you have the Temperance card, the Knight of Wands, the Seven of Wands, and we have two more cards here. They did come out for a reason. We will find out during the reading of next week. So what's going on next week? See, this is really interesting because it says success assured with good plans and hard work. Look at that. This is really, really cool. I see with the Two of Wands some planning and the Three of Wands getting into it. So will you be hearing some great news that will jumpstart you in excitement to plan for something and begin it behind the scenes with the Moon card? Yeah, so that's always great to wait for the rest of the cards to come out. Here, it answers our question with the Temperance card. So is it going to start right away or not? It looks like it's going to start, yes, behind the scenes, but it won't yet have an effect in your life. Because with the Temperance cards, it seems like there is patience going on here. Like, you know something is going on, you know you're working for something, you're so excited. Maybe it didn't start manifesting in your real life where you're seeing the results of it, but you're now working with so much passion and you have the capability of waiting. 1 foot on the ground, 1 foot in water. 1 foot is like part of you knows that you're finally out of it, at least in your mind, you know. And the other part of it, it didn't happen yet, but you have a lot of hope and you have something solid that you're holding on to, and you're working in such an exciting way behind the scenes. You're not telling anyone about it, or it doesn't mean that you're not telling anyone about it necessarily, but it for sure means that it's not seen in the outside world yet, especially with the Four of Cups. It's like you haven't received it yet, or you're about to receive it. But it does require with the Seven of Wands for you to face some challenges or face some things in order with the Knight of Wands to jumpstart it and make it move. So it is going to happen. And with the Knight of Wands appearing in the first week here, it shows that this energy is rather quickly. It will move quickly for you. And the more you remove one challenge after the other, or finish one task after the other, or solve one thing after the other, you will find it automatically moving. You know, it's like a car with a remote. This energy here is like a car with a remote control. You're clicking on the remote control and the car has all of the power to move forward. But let's say a lot of books are standing in its way and it's going, so what you need to do now is remove one book after the other, and the more you're going down, the more this car starts vibrating because it's able to move but not yet. With the last card that you move, this car is going to go right. So that's exactly the energy that I'm seeing for you in the next week. Generosity shows that you're going to be poured with the results that you want. And it's happening for you. You're receiving this as you are removing one challenge after the other. And to do that, I see you in the next week planning and jumping into these plans. And with this, as you're working, you're finding balance, to find patience for it, because you know you've got something solid in your hands that's going to help you fight this. So this is all beginning by a piece of news. Maybe you're hearing something from a friend, or hearing something from someone you love, someone that's supporting you, perhaps. This person next week is letting you in maybe on a secret because it's the ear. So yes, it is good news, but I'm getting the impression, especially with the dogs and the ear, that they're being loyal to you by telling you something maybe they wouldn't tell others, or letting you in on something. And that piece of news is going to be everything for you, because it will help you navigate with power in this difficulty where you once thought, looks like that's it. Looks like I have to keep doing that. Looks like I have to accept that, or looks like I have to deal with this person, or looks like whatever this difficulty is in your life. Next week is your beginning, just like an egg. A new season in this area and a new world, not yet hatched, but has the potential. And you have to take care of it just like an egg, so that it pops out in its due time. But next week, you're finding out about this news, and not only that, you're jump starting into it. You're making all these plans. Oh, great, I have hope now. Well, since that's the situation, I can do this, do that. You're jump starting into it. And as you're working on it, although it's not difficult because you have a lot of challenges to remove out of your way, you at least have hope that's giving you the patience to go through it. And the more you're removing these challenges next week, the more you're going to start seeing, whoa, look, it's moving, it's working, it's happening, wow. And you're removing here I was going to say one challenge after the other. For some reason, I heard in my mind in such a strong way, one miracle after the other. I don't know how that fits. You're removing one miracle. Maybe it's a miracle. You're removing things that you thought were impossible to remove, and it's a miracle that you're removing it so easily as you're working on it. Perhaps one piece of information makes a difference in how you can make that possible. So keep your ears open. Listen very carefully to the things that are being said to you in the next week. This is someone faithful to you. This could be a good coach, a good therapist, a good, a really experienced manager, a friend that has some good knowledge with something. Yeah, keep your eyes open, or rather keep your ears open to hear, and your mind open to hear about different ways maybe of doing things, or new news of doing something. Do know that when you hear something where you go, whoa, this is actually going to be very useful for you. Okay, there's burnout here. Some of you may be tired of maybe going to the office every day. Maybe some of you feel burned out with something that you're working on, burned out from a person. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. So 2 more cards. You have the Page of Swords, and you have the 9 of Cups. Page of Swords is a messenger. So this confirms that someone's going to be either sending you a message, sending you an email, communicating with you one way or the other, giving you the news about something. That's clear. That is happening for you next week. 9 of Cups, it's going to make you so happy, this news. Because the 9 of Cups is a wish fulfillment card. Finally, your wish in regard to this situation is coming true, my dear pile number 1. So that is what to expect 1 week from now. Okay, this is looking awesome. I'm going to clear out your table so that we can take a look now at what to expect 1 month from now. All right, let's now take a look at what to expect in the next month. The next month. What to expect in your life the next month. All right, so let's pick out one card from each of these oracle decks. Oh, looks like two here. And your tea leaves. Let's go. Two. There we go. All right, what should we expect next month for you, my dear pile number 2? Right, so you have the 4th moon mansion ruled by Mercury and Saturn in Taurus with stone. Okay. You have, wow, looks beautiful. The sailor, and you can see the fish, you can see the sea, and of course, like bottom view and upper view. So you have new influences and wanderlust. Love this. You have the founder, foundations, community. And you have, again, Mercury in Capricorn with organization. No, and not again, sorry. This came up in pile number 1. So you have organization. Teapot, deep friendship with someone of the same sex. You have community here as well. So it's interesting that they're coming together. This is definitely saying something. Okay. And you have rabbit, too much concern with sexual matters. Okay. That's actually giving me an idea in your reading. Right. Because, no, these are rats, but it still gives me the idea that I'm seeing here, and which we'll talk to in a second. All right. Let's now take a look at your tarot cards. I feel this one. There. So, let's see what you have. Right, so right off the bat, you have the 2 of Wands. The 3 of Wands. I was just going to tell you, are you planning to go on a new journey or something? Because you have the 2 of Wands and the Sailor, and then you got the 3 of Wands, which is embarking on a new journey. Very interesting. Okay, let's see. You have the Judgment card. You have the Star card. The 3 of Cups. The Wheel of Fortune with the rabbit. It confirms what I thought. Okay. Right. You have the 7 of Wands. The Queen of Wands. The Tower card. And the Knight of Wands. So, something very fortunate for sure is happening to you within a month. And the stone kind of reminds me, it always does, a lot of the times it does. It reminds me of your Akashic records. Some significant event is happening to you in the next month. It's a very fortunate event, obviously. And I do see you embarking on a new journey. This could be travel. It could be starting something new, creating a new foundation, maybe joining a new community, a significant community to you. But as we explore the cards, I think we'll find out more. But it's something very significant in your whole life. One of these significant moments of your life is happening next month. Now, I do see a surprise aspect, and I feel that the Tower card is representing an element of surprise and not representing an element of something nasty happening, because it's in conjunction to the Star card. So we see a surprise in the area of like something you've hoped for, something you've been wishing for, something of a big value to you, because this is major arcana. So a major event is for sure happening here. And you can certainly see the synchronicity of something that's meant to be divine timing. Do you see the time here, the hourglass, as well as the angel blowing on the trumpet? We see the announcement of a new era of your life in the next month, in a certain area of your life, of course. We see the tombs and we see the flowers. We see that something is dying out. Perhaps also what the Tower card is suggesting, you throwing something out and growing and feeling happy with the regeneration in this area. So let's start to focus on what this could be. Look, with the Three of Cups, the community, and then you have deep friendships with someone, I cannot help but feel that this amazing event has to do with a community or people or a community that you will be joining. I'm still not able to grasp how this is very fortunate for you, because this community is somehow bringing a lot of fortune for you. We see the rabbit, which is a symbol of regeneration, of course, and of birth and prosperity, abundance, because it gives birth to many rabbits, right? And it's in conjunction to the Wheel of Fortune, totally confirming the idea that the symbolism here is about the prosperity, the fortune. So the question now becomes, is what does it mean to join a huge community that will help you achieve something, making you very fortunate? Next month, new influences, you see? Let me think about it. Well, I am picking up something interesting, actually. If we look at the figures in the Wheel of Fortune, we can of course see here Atlas carrying... Usually he's depicted carrying the world. And of course this was his fate, where Zeus asked him to carry the burdens of the world because of what he did. So we see a figure being burdened of carrying their karma. And we're seeing two figures on the side struggling. You know, one is falling, one's getting up, which is usually, actually, speaking of which, reminds me of the Tower figure. One is falling off, jumping off to save themselves from something falling, and another one holding on so tightly and so strongly and so fell from the Tower card. So we see two people struggling, and we'll get back to that because it's definitely taking us to the Tower card. We're building it together and understanding the picture together. But then at the top, we see someone who's reached success, fortunate at the very top of their cycle, in their cycle of life. So this tells me that you are joining a community that is very fortunate. And this community is kind of like an organization or something. Maybe you're meeting the top echelon of some sort of community or society. Next month, who is going to be the foundation for you to do something. And at the same time, next month, you are also dropping a community that is no longer serving you. And there's an emphasis on this as well. Just as we have an emphasis on this successful community here, we have an emphasis also on a community that is being dropped. And you see, you have here too much concern with sexual matters. You have someone carrying the burden of their karma and their fate. Intuitively, it's giving me an idea that some people are maybe not doing the right thing for their own karma, and so they're carrying their karma on their back, while others have found the right way to live and are at the peak of their success. So this translates for us, looking at your cards, is that you are dropping next month people with heavy energy, low frequency energy from your life. Some of them will drop from your life on their own, perhaps out of jealousy in regard to some amazing event happening to you. And it's interesting how the cards are putting the picture together. Maybe they will be jealous of the new community you're meeting. I'm not sure yet. I think they're gonna find you in a very fortunate position. They might fall out of your life automatically, or maybe because you're moving anyway, so they're dropped. Maybe you're moving or something, moving jobs or moving a place. I'm trying to guess how one community is automatically being dropped from your life as you meet this community, and some others you will be dropping from your life because I don't want to say they're no longer serving you, because that sounds ugly. That's not what I mean. Because they were vibrating in low frequency and affecting you in a negative way. Like maybe you're dropping some key people who were manipulative, some key people who were concerned about themselves, jealous, trying to take you from moving forward. One thing or the other. There is a whole talk next month about how some community are dying in your life and others are rising, while you are rising with them as well. This community is a major event or a major thing in your life, and we can see it in your Akashic records, because with the house here, as well as this large palace or huge building, it's amazing, or like a compound of buildings, shows me that this community is going to be the foundation for you to build many other successful things in your life. And you're going to build deep bonds with them. There's going to be beautiful communication between you back and forth, and you're just going to hook with them. You're going to hook together. I feel like with this community, there's so much understanding, and with Demeter here that went to the underworld, I feel like you are, with this community, you're going to have deep conversations, deep talk. You can even see the fish beneath the sea. Actually, most of the card is not focused really on the boat, but mainly on the water, which is emotions, on the fish. And so with new influences as well being part of the card, I feel like with these new people, you're really going deep, discovering things, not from a surface level, but going deep and knowing more about each other. And it is more of a beautiful friendship before it turns into even business. So I don't see you connecting with these people at the beginning because you're like, wow, these are successful people. They're going to give me all these opportunities and great things that I'm hoping for. Not at all. Perhaps this is why the later things like that are going to happen, because initially you are speaking with this community and getting to know them better in depth. Maybe you're going to either you're gonna know them on a deeper level before you know who they are, and that's why they can believe and trust that you're not in it for something, or maybe you do know who they are, but you can really see in your aura a loving person who is not waiting for anything, and you deeply make these lovely connections together. And later on, these connections, these deep, beautiful connections that you will be building with people, and you can see the depth of it all over your reading here. It's like you've built a foundation together. Because of that, it looks like it is a key moment because you will be building great things together later on. And that's why you have the Two of Wands and the Three of Wands. Energy forming here. From getting to know each other to actually embarking on a journey with them in something. And this journey is certainly a revival of a dream that you once had, for sure. With that dream, with that, you're dropping, for sure. Look, both cups are dropped down. And it's right in conjunction to the Tower card. With all of that happening, you're dropping some people who were wreaking havoc in your life, who were causing a lot of trouble in your life. How interesting, because the Knight of Wands, a part of the meaning of the Knight of Wands, since it's coming in this context, is they go after what they want regardless of the consequences, regardless of whether other people are going to be hurt or happy, and regardless of whether it may actually turn out to be a good thing for them or not. They just go after their desires. So this makes me understand that you're dropping people who may be selfish. So I initially thought they could be manipulative, and then they could be, don't get me wrong. But you're dropping some selfish people out of your life next month. And with that, you're going to feel very powerful, because you're going to feel very much supported by a great community that you love. There are some people who you feel share your interests, who you have a deep bond with. And with that, you feel like you are inspired to drop. Maybe there's a huge contrast between how these people are and the type of people who are harming you and causing challenges with the Seven of Wands. Great challenges. These are people who don't stop with the Seven of Wands. If you look at the original Rider-Waite-Smith Seven of Wands, you'll see someone standing with a stick and 6 other people raising their sticks, challenging this person. So these are people who, like, you might even be in a war with all the time, wreaking havoc, being selfish, maybe even manipulative, and they don't stop. They're like noises, very noisy, very needy, very selfish. And so I think it's that stark comparison that's happening next month that's making you wake up with the Judgment card. Find your power and making you go, that's not right. I'm so happy in this community. Maybe it's a very illuminated community with all the light here. And you see a different way of being. You see a different way of living. And it makes you really realize that what you're going through is not really normal or good in any way. So I think there is definitely a connection here. I do not think they're separated. In fact, they're all on the Wheel of Fortune. It's all in the same cycle at the same time. You're going through the cycle of purging toxic people out of your life and creating amazing friendships, new friendships into your life. Now, your cards are also showing that this community is fated. And this community is going to one day be the foundation for you to create something together. Very big and very significant to you and to others. Very interesting. And so this is a time where you're almost waking up from the dead, because before you might have been feeling really dead with all these people and all this noise, but then being with a beautiful community here makes you feel revived, makes you feel awake and alive again. Yeah, alive again. So let's take a closer look at this new community. We've already explored what was going on in the past with this community and that you're dropping them. They're very much concerned with, some of you may be actually dealing with someone who's really concerned with their sexual with like very sexual, because the Knight of Wands is also seen as very sexual. So that might be a very specific message here for some of you, but it's there. So that's the old community. Now let's take a look at this new prosperous organization or community that you're getting into. What are we seeing here? I see that this community is very secluded, for sure. You know, we see a boat in the sea. The sailors, they're usually in the sea. They're not always seen. And I did notice from the beginning, perhaps with this Wheel of Fortune, the top, the echelon of society. And I'm getting the idea that they're not really seen. And I'm also getting the idea that they're top echelon of something. I mean, it doesn't have to be business. It doesn't have to be money. It doesn't have to be class. They could be like, maybe you are a musician, then, and we're talking about underground bands and underground musicians, for example, and you're finding like the best, the most, I don't want to say artistic, but the most skilled, the ones with the most potential, perhaps the most with the best type of music, the best quality. Something about this community, depending on what your story life is or what you're getting into. Do note that this society is not really seen, but they are like the it factor, the top echelon of something. Underground. I remember where I got the underground with Demeter going underground. But to be honest with you, I do think that this community is also the top echelon of wealth. Not just because it's at the top of the Wheel of Fortune, but because Mercury and Saturn in Taurus really gives this serious attitude of material possession. So, and with all these palaces, real estate, also with the wheat denoting abundance, rabbits, Wheel of Fortune, I think that for most of you, you are meeting a community that is not only deep and good, but is also abundant, very wealthy. In all cases, this is divine timing for you to be meeting these people. Looks like with the star, following the star, you're following your soul mission somehow with these people. And together, you will be embarking on a journey that's going to help all of you rise, actually, in so many ways. And it's like they are successful, you are successful, you possess a lot of strength, you possess a lot of charisma, you possess a lot of power. Maybe with the Queen of Wands, you are well known in this underground community or something, or well known somehow. And together, you are going to be moving towards the North Star, meaning moving towards your mission, all of you together. I look at these fish and I remember Pisces. And I don't know what it's telling me, to be honest. Yeah, Pisces, 12th house. You are moving towards your life mission. This is going to be a big thing. Perhaps why we're seeing your Akashic records in the reading. And the North Star, wow. Could you be doing something very influential with a new influence? In the age of Pisces, moving to Aquarius, like something significant in that age? Perhaps, I do think that. In all cases, we have the 10th house, so most of you, this again has to do with life mission, it has to do with accomplishments, career, building a certain structure. Maybe together you'll be building something, a structure or something. Maybe You are architects, an architect meeting architects, or building something together, big for sure, whatever field you are in. So yeah, expect major changes to happen to you next month, my dear pile number 2. The wheels of fate are turning to your favor. You're dropping people, you're meeting people. There are big changes here happening in your life. Specifically, you beginning the energy, I'm not going to say actual beginning, but beginning the energy of following your North Star. And that somehow has to do with dropping some people and meeting new others. So, my dear pile number 2, that is what to expect in the next month. Wow. Wow. Okay, so let me clear your cards. Perhaps we'll get a better idea in the next part of your reading when we're taking a look at what to expect in the next quarter. Or maybe we'll see something else, who knows? But this next part is about what to expect in the next quarter of your life. All right, let's now take a look at we've got 3 here. What to expect in the next quarter. Oh, okay. Actually, this one moved and this is the one I'm seeing. Whoa, you've got 2 again. All right. I mean, even when we plan on taking a specific number of cards, we still get what the universe wants us to get for your reading. Okay. Oh, we've got timing here too. All right. Let's see what this is all about. I feel like this will be your significator. So let's see what this is. We were just talking about underground music. Some of you may actually be musicians since I channeled that example. So you have the musician, inspiration, and gratitude. Okay, beautiful card. Let's keep it here. You also have the Weaver, rediscovery, transition. Very interesting. We see the threads here in the guitar. Is that a guitar? Yeah. And the Weaver card. So you have the Black Moon Earth with economy. Okay. You have the 13th moon mansion with altar. This is, of course, ruled by Mercury and Saturn in Virgo. And you have the 23rd moon mansion with confession. Very interesting. Speaking of community, I see a lot of talking. It's a time, it's a quarter where you'll be building deeper connections for sure, and with confession, like honest talk. So that's on its own not just a confirmation for what we've seen is going to happen to you in the next month, but is a confirmation overall, because we're seeing it in the next quarter as well. So these are people that you're definitely going to carry the friendship with throughout, starting from the next month, and it's moving on. Okay. You have Mars in Virgo. Virgo is very prominent here. So we see Mars in Virgo with, with criticism. Okay. 6th house. 6th house does have to do with establishing a foundation as well. There is definitely an emphasis on Virgo, for sure. All right. Let's continue. I think we can keep this card here. If we do this. Okay. This is Mars. This is the sun in Aries with assertion. Interesting how we have criticism and assertion. Right. Okay, let's take a look at your tea leaves. I'm very curious about the timing. So let's take that. November, okay. Right, that is definitely within the next 3 months. If you're watching this now, it is a timeless reading. If you're watching this later, this is released in October, which means the next month for you. All right, so you have finger. Again, look at the finger here. What's going on? So you have warning you of a problem either now or in the near future. So we can see it's not really criticism. I think it's constructive criticism. Okay, and it's moving you in the right direction. And you have bird flying. Yeah, it's helping you fly. Constructive criticism in your talent or your skill that is helping you fly way off. Way high is what I want to say. Flying you way high, helping you fly way high. Let's see what this is all about. What is going on here? So, what should pile number 2 expect, please, in the next quarter? Last card. Okay. So, you have the 4 of Cups, the High Priestess, the 2 of Swords. There's something you're not seeing with the 2 of Swords. Also with the 4 of Cups, because the 4 of Cups in the regular Rider-Waite-Smith, in the traditional card, we can see someone not seeing that 4th cup, someone presenting it to them and they're not seeing it. So someone's going to be in the next quarter, specifically in November, presenting you with something very critical that's going to help you fly off high in the next quarter. So the advice and the great advice is there next month. And also within the quarter, you're flying off because of it. The High Priestess deals with secrecy. So it's something that you're not seeing. In fact, with confession, this is someone coming clean with something. Meaning, it could be them risking something, but they're telling you nonetheless. It's like, it's better for me to talk about it than keep my mouth shut, because it's definitely going to help you manifest very much, and it's going to help you even in your wealth with economy here. You have the Fool card. It's making you restart something, especially restart your thoughts about something, because it's next to the Swords. And you have, wow, the Nine of Pentacles is leading to you achieving what you want. So this is going to be great. You have the Three of Wands. And you have the Death card. So Three of Wands is embarking on a new journey, which we see in the Fool. Death card is ending something. So this confession or this criticism or this constructive feedback that other people would rather not tell you, or maybe it's a secret because we saw you dealing with some secret society or something, or some secret group. Maybe they're sharing with you something that only they know, that you haven't been doing right like everyone else. They know this secret, and so they're giving you that secret that's going to help you weave something in a more professional way, in a more talented way, especially with the guitar, helping you in your wealth. And so You getting that piece of knowledge is going to help you manifest what you want by stopping something completely that you couldn't see before. High Priestess and the Two of Swords and the Four of Cups. It's like this confirmation is like something you couldn't see, nobody could see, absolutely secret. And it's going to give you the strength to go, whoa, I have the tools for this. I can totally make this happen. How cool are the cards sometimes in showing you exactly the story? It's unbelievable. So I see you taking this advice to heart very respectfully. And I see you... respectfully is not the word I'm looking for. Yes, respectfully, but very seriously. And with altar, I feel like you are making sure that you do everything within your hands, very focused to make that change. I think you're going to be very excited about this secret, this feedback. Very excited, and you're taking it so seriously. It's like, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the first time we heard about the law of attraction. Remember when the secret came out? And exactly. Remember when the secret came out and we heard about the law of attraction for the first time in our lives, and we were mind blown. We couldn't believe it. Something like totally new opened up, just like the curtains of the High Priestess. And we're like, whoa, wow, yes. And we can understand the depth of it. We can see the idea behind it. We were so passionate about it, and we took it so seriously. And it became now, today, a very serious and important part of our lives. Because in that book, or even the information video that was with it, it showed you this little curtain, little opening into the secret society and the secret world. It's exactly that. And what I'm trying to say with exactly that is that the community that you're meeting is very significant because you're building such a strong bond with them. I think they'll be starting to share with you some really important information, showing you where you're going wrong with your talent, with your skill, with your business, with your work, or with your investments, or with something that you're doing. And this advice you're taking to heart in the same way I gave in the analogy of when we all first heard of the law of attraction, took it to heart. Until today, it's a big topic and discussion that we talk about. So you're like, okay, I got this. Wow. So they're pointing you toward, look at that, pointing you towards your success and your achievement with the 9 of Pentacles. You're flying high with them, with the top echelon, because of this advice. Someone is letting you in on a huge secret in this community. And because of that, there is the significant energy of you. We saw in the first month, you're dropping people, right? By next, you're closing so many chapters in your life, so many habits, so many perhaps tasks, so many mistakes, ending, making abrupt changes in your life, of ending so many things that you may not have been doing right, and trying out completely new ways that you haven't done the same thing before, where you start to look at it from a completely different perspective, completely new eye. And the same thing now makes you so excited to explore and to do, because now you can see something so significant that you have not seen before. That's really going to jumpstart you so high. And you see this tree with all these lips. It's like one tree that had all these lips, meaning it's one community that were talking to each other about it. The lips were sealed, and this person is extending their hand and giving it to you. Or they, as a community, are giving it to you. And you feel so passionate, so grateful. Where did I see gratitude? There we go. There we go. You're so grateful that you got this piece of knowledge. And along with that, with the 9 of Pentacles and the economy, it will result for a lot of you to you making not just success, not achieving just success, but making a lot of money. Yeah. Also, the moon and the sun are reminding me of lunar eclipse. And I know that there is a lunar eclipse. Is it in November? I know that there is a solar eclipse on the 14th of October. Let me check the lunar eclipse. It's actually on the 28th of October. So it could mean around that time or towards the end of October, beginning November. So yeah, something, it's like perhaps right when you meet them and build this deep connection with them, they will be telling you something significant around that time. Maybe 1st of November. It could be different dates for different people because it is a general reading after all. So I would say take the timing with a grain of salt, but all of these in terms of timing are confirming within a month for sure. Okay, so we have a lot of cards for you here. There's way more things that are happening for you in the next quarter. Let's find out what they are. So that's the first important thing here. Let's find out. So you have the 9 of Wands. You have the Knight of Cups. Ooh, you have the Lover's card. You have the Ace of Swords. Yeah, I think it was in your pile. There was a discussion about love. I remember. I'm not sure, was it in your month? And you have the Devil card. Ooh, how interesting is that? And you have the 9 of Swords. Wow. And they're all between the 2 9s. So for some of you, there's a love offer coming up. If you are single, there's a new beginning here happening. Some of you, because of the Devil card, some of you are leaving a toxic connection and you are actually beginning a better relationship. Someone is like offering you a date or telling you about their feelings. And there's a strong beginning here, strong, passionate beginning with someone, and you're ending something toxic with another person that was very stressful with the 9 of Swords. 9s are chapters ending. So one page, you're turning a page, but within the next page is a new strong start. Very powerful start. And I see power with 9 of Wands because 9 of Wands is, despite being tired, you're standing there still strong. And I see the power. I see this as a powerful card. So a powerful beginning and a powerful ending, which we did see. Wow, this keeps coming up for you, which we did see in the Wheel of Fortune. And I remember, maybe it was pile number 1, there was love somewhere. So in all cases, your pile or not, we can see it clearly here in the first quarter, expect new love coming. And this is going to be a strong bond here. With the Ace of Swords, I feel commitment. A strong bond with great commitment. And I do see you finally letting go of something toxic. And although this love is very beautiful, it's going to go through a little bit of, like you have to fight a little bit for it. Why am I saying that? Because it's the Nine of Wands, obviously, but it's clarified here. It seems like there's a bit of toughness as you're struggling to push something out in order to have that beautiful beginning. Also, if you're already in a relationship, or if you're not interested in a relationship, there is another way to read this. Looks like you are, the Lover's card is a card of choice. So looks like you'll be making a new choice in your life and eliminating another one, that something that you've been doing in the past. It could be making better choices in your life, eliminating the toxic habits out of your life that were pulling you down. So I see you making better choices for yourself, persevering with the Nine of Wands to make these better choices that will eventually lead to something that you really love, and making these clear beginnings in your life, clear habits, clear choices, clear better choices, better tasks, better people, better everything. I think the highlight of your next quarter is making so many changes towards the healthier way of living and eliminating everything that is toxic in your life, whether it be in your health, in your surrounding, with the people you know, you name it. Eliminating everything toxic and making better choices in your life. These are habits that you're going to be building bit by bit, but are going to result in many things that you will love. They will offer you in return many opportunities that you love. And if this is a love part for you, the second reading or the second way to look at your cards still works for you as well. And my dear pile number 2, this is exactly what I see in your reading on what to expect next in your life, the next week, the next month, and the next quarter. Very interesting cards, very interesting energies going on for you. I wish you the best of luck. There is no question that you're building, meeting a community here. It keeps popping up. There are major changes to expect in your life next. All the best of luck with that, my dear pile number 2. May you always enjoy your life, feel prosperous and happy, and may you always be surrounded with lovely, wonderful people. This was your reading. I truly hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. I do post readings nearly every single day, and it would be lovely to have you as part of this beautiful community. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. Your stone is the Bloodstone point, and as well as this deck, of course. And today we're taking a look at what to expect in your life in the next week. And then a second part of this reading we're going to be doing the next month. And then the third part of this reading, we'll be taking a look at the next quarter for you. Okay, so as you can see, this is the next week for you. So what to expect in the next week. Right, so let's put your tarot deck for now to the side. Whoa. No, we're not gonna take all these cards, but probably we're meant to take one here. And it seems like this is your significator for this week. You have the King, really cool. And I see with the focus, something big is coming into clarity for you this week. The King, control, reversal of fortune. Yeah, you're going to see something clearly and reverse something. You have the power to reverse something. Too early, I like to wait for all the cards, but that's the intuitive thing that I felt, especially with the focus of the camera. Okay, so let's see the rest of your cards. You have the Priest, perseverance, perseverance, faith. Perseverance and faith. Okay. You have the pathless, difficult decisions, lack of direction. Okay. Yeah, makes sense. And you have the stone. This fourth moon mansion is ruled by Mercury and Saturn in Taurus. You have the gibbous waxing earth moon with ambition. Whoa, perseverance, ambition, very powerful energy here, very consistent. If we move this a little bit to the top, I think we can fit one of your cards here. So you have moon in Scorpio with power, very cool. Reading is coming along very nicely. And you have Venus in Gemini with flattery. Yes, makes all the sense in the world. And you have Inkpot, problems to be resolved. Empty chair, someone is leaving your life. And you have bird perched, waiting for news, package, and letter. Very interesting. So this is a busy week for sure. Okay, so the Queen of Wands is meant to be part of your reading. Okay. Let's see what your tarot cards have to say about your week ahead. I also feel this one. Right, so these are the cards for the week ahead. Let's see what you have. You have the 10 of Swords. This combo makes all the sense in the world after we've seen all of these. You have the 3 of Cups. Look, the candle just went off in your pile. You're stopping something, there's no question. You're stopping something that's been burning you out. And you're making benefit from this burnout to your advantage. Let's find out. This is very interesting. Do you see how this is so led by your spirit guides, this reading? You have the King of Swords. You have the Temperance card. And you can see the anger on the face of the King of Swords. And the sword is face downwards, just like the King of Swords. Quite interesting, right? You're like, that's it, I'm done with this, and you're moving in the opposite direction that you were already in. You have the Queen of Swords. What are the odds? King of Swords and Queen of Swords. And okay, definitely guided here. Let's keep these to the side then. These are the cards we're supposed to see. So you have the 4 of Swords, the Judgment card. Wow. And you have the Queen of Pentacles. Right, so this week, you're making a major change. There is a major shift. You're moving in a different direction than where you were going. I see the trajectory of your life changing because you decided to take on a new direction. And also here we see the god Janus looking towards the past and the future, fully giving us the idea that next week is a cornerstone moment where you'll be taking a decision, a very stern, strong decision to be shifting the direction, moving forward in a certain area of your life. This new direction is giving you a lot of power, for sure. And although you don't see ahead, you have faith. You don't know where it's taking you, this strong decision. Perhaps this is why you didn't take it for so long. I'm guessing this part. Perhaps this is why. But now you've decided to take it. You're like, I don't know where this is going to take me. I don't know if it's actually going to work, but I'm determined to make this happen. And not only are you taking a stern decision, I see with the Queen of Swords, you're very disciplined in the new decisions that you've made. These decisions are so strong that they're set in stone. You have decided, or you're going to decide that these are my new rules. This is the way I'm going to function moving forward, and nothing. You see with the ink pot, problems to be resolved. You're writing new rules in your life, rewriting your life by setting new rules and being very ambitious and very determined to follow them no matter what happens. This new direction is opening up a new energy gateway in your life. A new energy is forming. It's not fully formed. I believe it's going to be forming as you go along. But the second you go, that's it, I'm moving in a new direction, and I don't know where it's taking me, but these are my strong rules that I'll never break. You're forming a new energy. One day you're going to be sitting on this chair of the very decision you have taken today or in the next week. And you can even see that. This is the Four of Swords, but it's the background of the Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands shows us a new milestone, a new milestone in your life that is happening. One that you are creating, because this is the seat of the Empress card. You're creating something by being disciplined towards it. Now, although there is a lot of discipline, the Four of Swords shows us that this decision is relieving you from a lot of pain that you used to go through. And I feel like pile number 3, you were towards the very end with the Ten of Swords of carrying or going through this heavy energy. You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of someone wearing a pair of shoes that are really hurtful. Let's say high heels too. Someone's wearing high heels and they have to go through a party looking, put together, proper. But the pair of shoes is killing them. They're smiling, they're talking, they're moving, but inside of them, they're like, ah! And they know that they shouldn't be taking this pair of shoes now, because if they took it off, they're not going to be able to put it back on. So they're like, okay, only 15 or 30 minutes to go. That's not healthy. Please don't do that. I'm just giving an analogy to the energy that I'm seeing. You're like, just going to pull through for 30 more minutes. And then once these 30 minutes, you take this pair of shoes off and you're like, I don't even understand how I pulled through in this 30 minutes or this whole time. And you heal your legs and you're like, never again am I wearing these pair of shoes. That was a huge mistake. So if we look at your life, there's a certain area that's causing you a lot of pain. And you'll be relieved next week with a decision from this pain. I see you throwing in the towel. You're like, that's it. Not doing this anymore. I don't know where's that taking me. And your energy is showing you that it is in fact taking you somewhere really nice. Some form of energy is building for you. And you do have the ambitious. It's not like you're throwing in the towel and not doing anything. Next week, not only are you throwing in the towel, but you're like, I'm going to start doing this instead. And I'm going to do this. And I'm going to do that. And I see you being disciplined towards a new type of creation. Because you're dropping the old. You don't know where it's taking you. But you're not throwing in the towel towards your future either. So I see a lot of power here. That is the throne of the King of Wands, although this is the King of Swords. So there's a lot of power to your decision and your determination. And this decision is finally relieving you and alleviating the pain that you were going through. There is something that's been, you've been carrying something on your back for so long, and you're like, that is it, I know. In fact, although this decision looks like it's something that you've made, this is like you've reached a point where you cannot carry this anymore. You can't. You feel like, even if I didn't take that decision, it was gonna stop anyway. It's that type of energy. It's like carrying a heavy bag for so long, and you're like, you reach a point where that's it. I can't do it anymore. I think I've given enough analogies to show the energy that I'm seeing. Where does it fall in your life? It falls in an area that you have to, where you're like trying to persevere to do something. Maybe you've got a lot of studies. I'm not saying you're going to drop your education, but maybe you're like, that's it. Maybe I'm not going to continue this chapter, and why don't I read it well, understand it, but put my effort into this? You're being more selective, maybe. I don't know. Maybe you're in a position or a job that you absolutely hate. Maybe it's a task. Maybe it's not even maybe it's a task where you're like, right, this task I've been carrying for so long, that's enough. You're talking to your manager and you're like, I can't do this task anymore. Or it's something that you've carried at home and you're like, listen guys, we've got to share this because I cannot handle this anymore. It's not going to happen. All right, everyone's going to do their own thing here. Something or the other like that in your life that's causing you a lot of pain. You're dropping that next week. And it is going to be a major move, because you can see the god Janus here. Major move in how you move forward in life. And I see you're going through this with a lot of faith and ambition. Not knowing how it's going to take you, but it is going to actually sneak peek into the future. It is going to be taking you somewhere very good. You can see the Queen of Pentacles holding a star, creating a hollow in order to reach a star or reach a great goal, which you will. Yeah, because the Queen of Pentacles lives in the realm of her dreams. So that's happening. It's interesting that you have the Lovers in the Temperance card. This shows me that with patience, a sneak peek into your very far future, with love and patience, the road ahead is going to be paved. And there's your chair. Meaning, although you don't know the path ahead as you make this major move, working with love and patience will build this path for you. But be careful. This does not mean that the path ahead lacks danger. The danger here with the snake is coming from temptation, with the apple and the snake of the Lover's card. Temptation means maybe you drop these at some point, strong promises that you gave yourself, or not being disciplined. These are the temptations that I'm seeing. But if you avoid these temptations, it's a very small snake. I do see that you're most likely not going to do that. But be mindful of that, my dear pile number 3, because you're going to have something so solid. Mercury and Saturn and Taurus shows that you're going to be holding something, because it denotes a serious attitude towards possessions. So your determination is going to get you there. You're going to get what you want. You have all these hands. You're going to achieve and get what you want. You're going to be holding what you want. But you want to be, at the same time, know that this is energy being formed. Yes, these rules, it seems to me like, are going to be rules carved in your heart. You're going to be very stubborn about them. But at the end of the day, the future belongs to you. And you are the one who's going to be forming it. So keep that attitude, that strong attitude, and these agreements that you make with yourself held with great respect, and you will be carving your path ahead with great success. And your cards are showing that you are making this right decision, and you have the full power to see through it. Okay, you have two more cards about your week ahead. So you have the Five of Swords. This is a winner. And again, a winner. The Six of Wands, moving towards victory and success. Slowly moving towards victory and success. Five of Swords shows us that what used to disappoint you, because this is the Five of Cups figure, you're now overcoming that. You're being a winner. You're embodying a winner's attitude, and you're moving with a lot of balance and success towards victory. Good job, pile number 3. Great job. You're really standing there strong, dealing very powerfully with whatever was hurting you in your life. Great job. You're going to be making next week a great move for yourself. So this is the first thing that I'm seeing on what to expect in the next week. Imagine this is the next week. I can't begin to fathom what you have in the next month. Let's see together. I'll clear your table and we'll start the next month. All right, let's take a look. This one moved. These two moved. Whoa, 3. So let's take a look at what to expect in the next month, my dear pile number 3. I feel like it's this one. All right. And this one. All right, looks wonderful. And let's pull out some tea leaves. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so let's see what your cards are. I feel like this is your significator. You have the balsamic waning fire moon with compromise. Okay. You also have the 18th moon mansion with sacrifice. Look at that. The synchronicity. Isn't that awesome? So you have Pluto and Neptune in Scorpio. All right. You have the balsamic waning water moon with dissolution. Right. Okay. You have, again, I'm feeling some sort of sacrifice here. Adaptability. Moon in Gemini with adaptability. Okay. So you also have the warrior, perfectionism, and burnout. We did notice burnout in the last reading with warrior. So in that aspect, you're doing really well in the next month. You're feeling strong, you're feeling like a warrior, and you're beating over whatever used to burn you out. That's just a point on the side. Okay, so you have Ant, work, achievement, success. Absolutely beautiful. You have the Crib, birth or conception of a prize or of a child or enterprise. And you have Heart, love, deep affection, and caring. Right, so let's take a look at your tarot cards and see what to expect in the next month. I also feel this one, to be honest. Whoa. Okay. So let's see what you have. right off the bat, you have the Justice and the High Priestess combination. Very interesting. Okay. You have the Nine of Pentacles. This combination, very interesting combinations here. You have the Seven of Swords, the Knight of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, yeah. You have the Lover's card. You have the Ten of Pentacles. Wow. Something of a blessing is causing you some difficulties. A great blessing that you love causing difficulties. A great blessing that you love causing difficulties. A great blessing that you love is causing difficulty. Perhaps this is why you're thinking about a compromise or a sacrifice here. Let's see. Very interesting reading. The Judgment card. And I feel naturally these are divided into two parts. Oh, good. We've got space for these last two cards. So third part, we have the Queen of Wands. And that Queen of Wands, or this Queen of Wands, is with you throughout the whole reading so far. And the Queen of Cups. Two queens. Very interesting. Queens are healers, by the way. So something is healing here. With the heart, in that case, yes, it is something that you love. And so that's why you have the High Priestess and the Justice card within the Justice card, showing that you are keeping an open mind with the High Priestess to do the right thing with the Justice. Why? Because you are perhaps facing next month something difficult that's coming with a great blessing. And so there's confusion here with the Seven of Swords. Yeah, and you're stressed. You're like, what do I do? But I love this blessing. But I can't believe it's coming with this situation. And if you think about releasing this blessing to get rid of the situation, you can't. You love it too much. Next month. So crib here shows us something new. And the crib, you know, they call babies a bundle of joy, right? So and babies are precious. Babies are the biggest gift in life for many people, right? So this shows me that your next month, a huge blessing is happening for you. And we keep talking about the difficulties without realizing that this blessing is really showering you with so much things that you love. This is no small blessing. This is the Ten of Pentacles, and look at this figure, showered and overwhelmed with blessings. So something big for sure is happening for you next month. A huge gift, a huge blessing is happening. With the Moon figures within the Judgment card, this is meant to be a surprise. So the cards are not meant to reveal to you what this blessing is going to be exactly. You're going to find out in due time, but this is a big deal with the announcement here. A big deal in your life. And it's really interesting. The reading is talking about a clear mixture between a huge blessing that you wanted. I don't want to say it's tainted because the reading is not showing me to say that. Because it says keep an open mind. So how can I talk to you in this language when the reading is guiding you to keep an open mind? So we're not going to say that. We're going to say there is something that you don't like within something that you absolutely love happening next month. The reading is guiding you because it's going to cause you so much confusion. You really won't know what to do. You're like, what do I do with this situation? I'm so lucky to have this blessing in my life, this situation. And at the same time, within it, right within it, has something that I really dislike. Something that causes me a lot of stress. So what do I do now? You know, I'll give you an example to translate the energy. And I noticed that some of you take the examples literally in your life and you're like, but I'm not a student or I'm not working. Please don't ever take my examples to heart. They are only there to help you receive your message from the universe. I only help to decipher the energies of your cards so that you can take this energy and translate it to what is going on in your life exactly. So that you go, I know what these cards are talking about in terms of my life. So the example to translate your cards here are, well, the best way to describe it is to take it literally. Like a huge lump sum of money appearing in your life, like maybe getting a huge inheritance, but you hate dealing with taxes and applying paper that you don't understand and talking with accountants or whatever comes with that. So you're like, I'm so stressed and crying over, it's so confusing. I don't know what to do. I hate this. I can't take this anymore. Why can't I just take this money and put it in the bank? And then you have a friend telling you, how can you be crying with a huge lump sum of money like that? Like, really? And you find yourself laughing within a situation that you find difficulty in. But it is a blessing after all. So that's just a quick example to show you the energies that we're seeing in your cards next month. Next month is a huge blessing, but perhaps comes some type of responsibility or some type of pain or some type of thing that you have to do or deal with temporarily. Temporarily, because I really saw it in my mind. I saw the clouds in my mind too, dissipating, like going poof. So it's what I intuitively see. I see that this is a temporary situation, and we do see the two queens here from the very beginning, showing you that this is definitely going to be healed. It's not a situation that's meant to be like annoying you forever, but it is a situation that you have to deal with, and you're being guided to keep an open mind and to work hard to do what is necessary to overcome this little challenge. I do also see that this is going to be resolved with a group of people, with the Three of Pentacles. Also, the ants there are a community, a colony. So this tells me that you will be working with people. Some people will be carrying you, like experts will be carrying you maybe, or some members in your community, your team or something, will be carrying you through these turbulent times, just like a ship in the sea. So it's like you're not going to be carrying the whole thing on your shoulders. You can see you're doing your part, somebody's doing their part, another person's doing their part, and it's just going to work out. But at the end of the day, this is you starting to enjoy a humongous blessing that is offered to you in your life next month. This is like, ta-da-da-da-da, you have received this and this amount of money, or you've received this amazing thing. It's like you going, wow, before you right away, right after it, hear the news that maybe with all of the fire here, that might burn a little with the burnout here. You're like, what? Yeah. And you get to keep the benefit for sure, but you have to deal with whatever needs to be resolved within this. Your cards are telling you, keep an open mind, fight it, and do what is necessary to protect yourself, of course. Do it safely, but go through it with a lot of strength, like a warrior. Go in with strong energy, not with the energy of, don't want to do this. Like, wear your strongest energy, or get in touch with your strongest energy, and be willing to work in a team to make this happen. And later on, you can disappear with the High Priestess. If it's about dealing with people that you don't want to do, then the High Priestess, you can later on go back to not dealing with them or something. Yeah, so very temporary situation that will allow you to live and immerse in great blessings. So this is big news coming to you next month, my dear pile number 3, that you will absolutely love. But in the same breath, I feel, for sure, in the same breath, you'll realize that something needs to get done. You'll be making maybe a little bit of sacrifices, whether it's like talking to people you don't want to talk to, or doing some work you don't want to do, or something like that. So yeah, a little bit of sacrifice, a little bit of compromise is going to make it work. I see that you're going to be making this sacrifice or this compromise because at the end of the day, the most important thing is that this blessing is helping you end some sort of difficulties in your life. A blessing that's coming to help you enjoy life and end a certain chapter in your life. So big energy here. Next month is a big deal. Actually, it makes sense. Although this makes absolute sense. Oh my God, you're gonna be one of the people who gets affected greatly by the solar eclipse. Perhaps a little bit later, because this is next month. Solar eclipse is on the 14th of October. Again, it's a timeless reading, so take this how it resonates. But I feel like the solar eclipse is really, it's about endings and new beginnings. So I feel like you're going to be affected by this energy, and you're going to see the makings of all this energy towards next month. Yeah, next month, many things are closing up, and new blissful beginnings are happening for you. Helping you end things in your life that were difficult, because you're so really enjoying the huge blessings that are happening. So yeah, this is what I see happening to you and what to expect in the next month. Congratulations, my dear pile number 2. May you enjoy it to the fullest. And let's now check out and see what to expect in the next quarter. All right, so my dear pile number 3, let's take a look at what to expect in the next quarter for you. Okay, let's pull out a card from this deck. Actually, these two moved, so let's take them. And let's, oh, you've got 3. Okay, and let's pull out your tea leaves. Let's go like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I really feel this one, so I'm gonna take it. 5. Okay, so let's keep this card as your significator. Wow, you have the Alchemist with balance, invention, and destruction. Right. You have Saturn and Gemini with concentration. Okay. You know, with the alchemist and concentration, I feel like this, you're manifesting something. You're not talking, meaning you're thinking with the swords. And with your mind, you're manifesting something so strong in your life, because we see an alchemical process here with the Latin phrase solve et coagula, which means something has to be dissolved before it gets created or becomes solid. So to me, this is talking about using your mind focused on an idea. With your mind, believe me, pile number 3, with your mind, you obviously are such a strong manifester, whether you're aware of this or not. You're going to manifest something physically into your life. It's going to happen in your life because you are putting the power of your mind towards it. So you have the first quarter waxing earth moon with stability. And you have the 10th moon mansion, which is ruled by Neptune and the sun between Cancer and Leo. Look at that. First thing I've noticed fountain of youth. Some of you, I know, very specific, but if you are manifesting like attractive looks or looking younger or even strong health, if that is something you're doing, you're going to be achieving that. Other than that, let's see what this reading is letting you know. I like to always tell you specific things that I see, because I know since it's a general reading, it's there for someone who's meant to hear it. You have Venus in Leo with affair. And you have Saturn in Virgo with isolation. Okay. You also have bow. You are highly thought of. Now, this reminds me of the thinking. Your mind is going to be manifesting something like a gift for you in your life. That's for sure. Your mind is the reason you're manifesting something into your life in the next quarter. Do you see that? First quarter. In the next quarter of your life. You have older woman. It's interesting. Some of you are getting younger. I can't help but see it at this point. Some of you are getting younger. Okay. You have well and fountain. Well, wow. Family wishes come true. It's certainly a huge wish coming true here that you're manifesting. And you have torch. Spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. I truly feel with the torch here that you're using some sort of esoteric secret, whether you are aware of it or not. Some ancient knowledge or an ancient technique. Being a highly intuitive person, whether you are aware of it or not. Believe me, pile number 3, I'm telling you, you will see. You have some sort of mind ability, a spiritual gift that you have, whether you are aware of it or not. Believe me, we're only 3 months ahead, and you'll see. You'll be using your mind to make something big come into existence. So let's continue to see what it is. Skills. Keep your life in balance. The scales and the snake remind me of health. Like medicine, health. So the health is coming so far very strong for a lot of you. But again, this is specific. It's very strong energy for many of you, rather. But it's there. The energy is there. So maybe you're finding stability within a certain illness or an ailment that is making you feel very tired. Something is working out here. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, so we've got actually 10. Let's see your cards. So what should you expect in the next quarter? You have the 3 of Wands. The King of Swords. This reminds me of the very first part of your reading when you're going, that's it. Okay, so perhaps this part is talking about the journey you're embarking on because of that firm decision that you're taking. That explains why you had empty chair in the first part of your reading. Why there is energy forming, because you took a strong decision with your mind. Can you see that? You have a pile number 3. Forget about everything. I'm just letting you know that you have a strong ability with your mind, where if you use it in the right way, when you're so focused, you can make things happen in your life. Just so you know. You have the Judgment card, the 9 of Swords, and again, the mind. See, this is a figure from the 9 of Cups. And I see with the swords, this is 9 of Swords is stress. I see someone taking charge of that stress. And with your mind, you can reverse the situation from something stressful to a wish fulfillment happening for you. So this is tying in very strongly to the first part of your reading on what you're beginning next week. Remember that. Even the 9th of Cups is there. Okay. Look, the 10 of Swords from the first part of your reading, the next week. You have the Queen of Cups. And finally, you have the King of Pentacles. All right, we'll keep these 2 cards to the side for now, and we'll reveal them in due time. So, in the next quarter of your life, we've established that with your mind, you will be stubborn enough to make a huge dream come true. So, what we've seen in the next week, what's happening in the next week for you, where you're taking the strong decision, you will see the manifestation of that in the first quarter, where you're rising above the ailments, you're turning something, as you can see, that used to stress you and hurt you into a wish fulfillment. You've got the well, you've got the fountain. A huge dream is coming true this quarter. And I see with the King of Cups and the King of Pentacles that you're finding great stability, finally. You're loving the results that you're manifesting. And you feel in charge of the complete situation. And I do see that the promises that you've made yourself, which you're going to make to yourself in the next week, I'm looking from a 3 months perspective, you're going to keep these promises. Good for you. Good for you, pile number 3. And because of that, because of your focus, your determination, and the work you're putting in, you're finally starting with the Solve et Coagula, starting to see with the King of Pentacles and the Coagula, you're starting to see that thought come to reality. It's happening. That stress that you once had in your life, you are now waving goodbye at it. In fact, affair, to me, in your reading here, talks about a new energy, because you're supposed to be with one person, but you're daring to be with another. Please don't do that. That's very wrong. I'm just translating energy, okay? It looks to me like you were committed to a path, but then you decommitted or you cheated that path. You're like, no, I'm no longer going to be committed to this path, and I'm taking the path that I love now. My feelings have changed towards the path I was on. It's becoming hard. And so now, and then you started flirting with the idea of taking on a new path, and you actually followed through with this new path, letting go of the old path. And we've already established the fact that you don't know what's coming ahead. Now we can see what's going to happen ahead. Remember when we said, let's see what's coming ahead with this decision you're taking. Finally, we can see here that it's turning into a wish fulfillment in this quarter. Things are healing. You're starting to see a lot of blessings with the fountain and the wish and the well. I mean, you're starting to see that vision and that dream coming true for you. So nice to hear. Pile number 3. Good for you. So proud of you. Great move here. And something is being offered here with the King of Cups in the next quarter. As you're embarking on this new journey, something is going to be offered to you. I'm not sure what this is speaking of, to be honest. Perhaps these are the 2 cards that are going to show us what you're being offered here. Maybe you're going to be offered to travel because that's the 3 of Wands. Maybe. Let's see. Gosh, your cards, they are following you. The 10 of Pentacles. How did we forget? Of course, we just saw what's going to happen to you in the next month. You're receiving a huge blessing. I think the next 3 months are talking about what happened, and it's recapping what happened, or confirming rather what's happening in the first week, what's happening in the first month, and the conclusion to everything. So let's continue. So that's what the Knight of Cups is talking about. How did we forget? So you're going to be offered something that is so blissful, so prosperous, and you're slowly going to be making use with the Knight of Pentacles of this great blessing. Slowly but surely. We know why now. With older woman and this money, force and family wishes coming true, I feel like this money could be coming from an ancestor. Like maybe your family's finding out about a property that an ancestor of yours left for you or something. That could be a way to look at these cards. I have a strong feeling that this huge blessing for a lot of you is coming as a gift from your ancestor, one of your ancestors, or your ancestors in general. So that's definitely to be expected here, my dear pile number 3, in the next quarter. In fact, we do know that you actually receive it in the next month, or this starts in the next month, and you slowly, with the Knight of Pentacles, start to enjoy it. You're beginning to enjoy it towards the end of this quarter. Yeah, slowly but surely. There's a lot to be done. It's heavy energy, although it's full of blessings. There's a lot to be dealt with, as we already established. But moving forward in this quarter, you're going to feel like, great, at least I get to start enjoying it bit by bit until the whole situation is resolved. Really cool energy here. So yeah, it's being resolved bit by bit. And at least what I can tell you towards the end of this quarter, is it all going to be resolved? Not sure. We can ask. But are you going to start feeling the benefits of this blessing without the difficulties? Yes, you're going to start benefiting from it. You're going to start feeling like you're moving from one milestone to the next. So is it going to be fully resolved by this quarter? Yes. Death is going to end, and this is the figure from the Sun card. Yes. So you're not going to begin a little part of it. You are actually finally ending the difficulty, and you're starting to enjoy the blessings that are coming with it. Yes, yes, yes. I mean, the cards answered it straight away. Something is finishing and you're moving into positivity. And I see showers of blessings you're being showered with blessings for sure. And you get to enjoy that now. Really interesting reading, my dear pile number 3. It's full of so many events, and I feel so happy with the last reading, the quarter reading, because it kept confirming the energies that we've already established from your week and your month, and how it's all gonna play out in these different scenarios. And my beautiful pile number 3, this next quarter is a crazy ride. It is an amazing one. Many changes happening in your life. Look forward to the eclipses reading, because it looks like the eclipses do have a great effect on you. Don't forget to check them out. Check these readings out, or maybe do a reading for yourself in regards to the eclipses. It's going to be a major energy for you. My dear pile number 3, many amazing things coming ahead for you. Love you so much. Wishing you the best. And if you've enjoyed your reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. I do post readings nearly every single day, and it would be lovely having you part of this beautiful community. Thank you so much for tuning in. It was lovely having you, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye.